Peyton scoreless on the evening. That changes as he gets the second one to go down. 46-12. Railers in control of this one, up 34. Lob ahead, Max down there fighting for it. Make that Ebler fighting for it, and he knocked it off of Dallas. Conradi checks in. Bowlby will take a seat. .3:15 left in the third quarter, along with Josh Komnick, Jeff Benjamin with you. Rochester High School. Max, three, off to the right side, no good. Ball tracked down, ball loose, fighting for it. Squirting out of there with it. Who's going to pick it up? It's Swain. Swain, and then Will Cook does it, and then Swain hammers Will Cook down. And I think there was a lot of frustration as Swain just forearmed Will Cook. Nice, tough play by Will and Swain, and I think the officials are going to try and straighten everything out. And I heard a whistle in there, and I don't know if it was a technical being whistled. And I think the official, if I could read his lips, I think he just told Neal that he's going to give a tee to both of them. I think that's what I read. Or do they give it? They gave it technical to Max. So
fouls assessed to number 32 for the Rockets, Matt Swain. Also a technical foul assessed to number 2 for the Railers, Max Cook.
So the play, what happened is the ball was loose, and Swain picked it up, but Will Cook was right in his face. And as he tried to throw it, Will stuck his hand up. Will did a great job of getting contact on it. The ball was loose, and as Will was going for it, Swain, I think in a continuation of the frustration of the night, put a forearm underneath Will and shoved him to the ground. There were players all over.
From the football season.
Right, and then there was some words and contact. So with it being technicals happen at the same time, there will be no free throw shot. And the alternating possession will be ruled, so the Rockets will have the basketball after that one.
Yeah, a little bit of something you don't normally see out of the Railers. They get them fired up a little bit more, not that they needed anything else, but yeah, it was a little over-aggressive as, you know, a guy that's 5'10" steals it from you you're 6'7", you get a little frustrated. Plus, I think he's been frustrated kind of all night.
So the technicals assessed to Swain for Rochester, to Max Cook for the Railers. Of course, those all count as personal fouls, each one their first of the night. Ball stolen away on a pass from Olden into the lane. 2.5 to go. Railers on top, 46-12. Over on the right side, McClintock into the contest for the first time. His lefty jumper on the way. That's short, no good. Rebound down to Conradi. Head to Gavin. Gavin over to Ebler. Right side to Will Cook. 2 minutes to go in the third. Almost stolen away. Joey tracks it down. And we got to have a foul called on Hanlon as he was tugging on Joey's jersey, trying to get him down. Have we entered Chippy yet,
Well,
Josh?
what I fear, I guess, is a little over much out of Rochester and getting one of the Railers hurt is where you start to think you're up 46-12. The game is definitely in hand, and you know they don't have a whole lot to lose.
Gavin in the high post, down to Adam on the low post with a strong move off the glass, and it'll go, and he is fouled.
That's something you're going to see a lot more of next year is Gavin getting it around there, or at least somebody getting it to the block on the big boy. Conradi is 6'7", just post up, and you saw the kid wasn't a whole lot smaller than Conradi, but the size, he just couldn't stay with him.
Adams free throw in and out. So 48-12, Conradi misses the free throw. Minute 40 to go in the third. Oh, here comes a steal to Gavin. Gavin's going to take it to the basket, flips it over to Will, and he missed the layup again, but Gavin's there to clean it up with the tip and
nice
good.
To be 6'6", and you can sprint out there like a safety and intercept a pass, then give it off to Will Cook, who missed it, and then you're still 6'6" when you're going up for a rebound against the guards for Rochester. So great play all around by Gavin.
50-12, a minute 15 to go. Hanlon. Ziegler turns from 14 and hits. And it's a 15-0 Railer run. A lot of runs from the Railers tonight. Gavin tries to start a new one for three and does.
That play kind of works. I think, 3 or 4 times. That time it was Will Cook giving it to Gavin. Usually it's his brother, but it's just a dribble handoff right at about the three-point line. And Gavin trails the play and steps up in nice rhythm. And tonight it's been money.
40 seconds to go. Gavin now with 21 as he's got 13 here in the quarter. Stallworth with the move. Spin move again off the glass and good. His first 2 of the night. 53-16 in the corner. Joey will try his hand. Left it short. Rebound to Stallworth. 20 seconds to go in the third. 53-16. Railers on top 37. Stallworth throws it away to Gavin. Gavin to Ebelair. Down to 6.
Peyton gets to the basket.
To 5. Kicks it back out. Gavin. Fake. Jumper. Left it short. And that's the way our third quarter will end. Lincoln 53. Rochester 16. Back for the fourth in a minute. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Starting the fourth quarter, Railers will have the basketball along with Josh Komnick. Jeff Benjamin with you. Lincoln with the lead, 53-16. And Josh, I think a good point that you made in the third quarter, watching injuries and things of that nature, it looks like we've seen the last of the starters for the night.
Yeah, probably so. You just don't take a chance. Rochester's really frustrated with the game, and, they just don't have a whole lot to lose, and things can get nasty at some points. They're tired of having the Railers hanging all over them tonight.
For the Railers, in for the first time tonight, Jordan Perry, Bobby Donofsky. Also in to start the fourth quarter, we've got Adam Conrady, Austin Cruz, and Peyton Ebelair. Foul whistled there on Donofsky. That'll be his third on the team.
And nice to see Conrady, too, in this game here in the fourth quarter, go up against a guy like Swain, who's 6'7" and athletic. Somebody that he's going to be going up against a lot next year. As far as Conrady playing a lot more minutes than this year with the graduation of Cruz and Bolby. So I like to see Adam get it on the block and have the Railers get it to him and go up on a guy like Swain and give him some confidence, not only for the end of this year, but also for next year.
53-16. Foul called there on Austin Cruz. Austin's fourth team foul. Inside, back out. Ziegler, top of the key, 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Conrady tracks it down for the Railers.
Good job by Adam tracking that down. It's a couple dribbles or a couple bounces away from a rebound, and he just went and got it.
Cruz out to Donofsky, stolen away by Hanlon, who'll go in for the easy layup. 53-18. Ebelair into the front court for the Railers. 3 Railers in double figures so far tonight. Gavin Block with 21, Tyler Horsham with 12, Max Cook with 10 rather. Contact, and that's going to be whistled on Neal. That'll be his first. 5th team foul on the Rockets. And Josh, as an official, these are the type of games that you have to be careful with too, because as you mentioned, it can get out of hand pretty quickly, and if you don't call it tight for a little bit to let them know that you're in control, it can get out of control.
Well, especially with still 6 minutes and 30 seconds left, you can't put your whistles away yet.
Donofsky, left corner 3, shoots it up long, rebound to Hanlon. Hanlon, the lob, Swain, mishandled it, gets it back to Hanlon. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by either Cruz or Ebelair for the Railers. Aaron Hopp will check in, replacing Peyton Ebelair. Peyton had a good night tonight.
Yeah, again, always solid defense from Peyton. Good job of handling the basketball. You keep that speed and athleticism out on the top of the 1-2-2, wherever it is, full court or half court, and he provides a lot of that.
Nice job by Perry, sticking his hand in there, knocking it out of bounds. Yeah, Perry, Cruz, Hopp, Donofsky, and Conradi. 6:07 left in this one. Railers are going to win number 24 on the season, 13 in the conference, and stretch their winning streak to 10 in a row. Ziegler drives in, back out to Hanlon, set shot three, short. Neal the rebound. Donofsky down there trying to take it away. Conradi laying on people, and alternating possession will send it back to the Rockets. Rochester on the baseline. Looking to inbound. Lob to Swain. The catch, tried to throw it up and in. That didn't go down, but Ziegler gets it off the glass and puts it in. He has 8.
You say 24 on 24 at 20. So a chance to get to 30. I think the last time was that 06-07 team, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading about today. So I think that was with one of our assistants and Brandon Farmer, I think, went to when we were in Peoria, lost to Chicago Marshall that year, ended the season 33-3, I believe. So a chance for this team to get to 30 wins, which is, it used to be 20 for the Railers was the you had a good season if you had 20 wins. Now for the Railers, it's 30. And we've graduated from 20 to 30.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to 20 31 times.
Right,
and then it's almost like, 20.
That's too easy. We gotta upscale a little bit.
Conradi baseline just inside the three-point line off the back of the rim, no good. 5:15 to go. Railers up 53-20. Again, they won by 31 over in Jacksonville during the Winter Classic. And got to believe that margin's not going to be too different from this one here tonight. Long three on the way is up and good from Dallas. It's 9 in a row for the Rockets, but it might be just a little too late as we're under 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think it's a little too late as the Railers subs are in and still looking good. The Railers getting good shots, just haven't been able to get them to fall. As Conradi, a nice penetration by Donofsky into the middle of the lane and kicks it out to Conradi, and then Rochester forgets how to take the ball out of bounds. They throw it into a player. He grabs it, takes it out again, and that's out of bounds. So the Railers are going to get the ball back here.
I guess every one of those nights you have one of those nights.
Yeah. Unfortunately, for Rochester, they are obviously pretty dominant on the football field with 4 straight state championships. It's a little different here on the basketball court.
4:30 to go. Railers on top, 55-23. Perry tried to cut down the lane, forgot the basketball. Goes over to Fisher. Perry reaches in, throws it up over. It's going to be put up and in. That's going to be Symbol for his first 2. 55-25. Well, the Railers came in averaging just shy of 57 points a game. They'll be pretty close to that as Donofsky fires a 3 and hits.
They'll take that, hit the average, just one over now. 58-25, the Railers on the Donofsky three-pointer.
Bobby's third 3 of the season. Rochester swings it around the perimeter as we're past the halfway mark of the 4th. Another long, high-arcing 3. This one no good. Stallworth the rebound. Kicks back out. 3 on the way. That one's short. Cruz tried to save it in bounds, and it's going to be a last touch by the Railers as KJ Fry checks in for the Railers, replacing Adam Conradi, who had a big night, 6 points from the big guy.
Yeah, nice game by Conradi, too. A couple baseline jumpers, one post move that looked really good, more of what we saw him do last year in the sophomore level. So a guy you're going to see in the post a lot next year.
3 on the way. That's long. Rebound. Cruz in between 2 players comes down with it.
Yeah, Cruz done a nice job going after the rebounds. As you said earlier, some of them haven't come right to him. He's really went and got them.
Donofsky, a long 3 off the back of the rim. Rebound down to Rochester. Simbel makes a move. Another three on the way. That's off no good, and Hop high for the rebound. Well, during the sophomore game, Josh, we saw Aaron Hop for a short stretch just take over.
Yeah, and that's what I think they've needed a little bit, is him to take over as he was early on in the season. He hadn't quite been doing that as much. And
Cruz for three. Got it.
He's going to ask for a couple of those. He needs some sets called for him. He's wanted that for a couple of years.
Timeout taken by Rochester. Just a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here, 61-25. That three, the first of the season for Austin. And if you peek down in the huddle over there, Josh, to our left, they've all kind of got smirks, and Austin's...
I think Coach is going to take him out now, too, after he hits that three. And Cruz said, well, I'm on fire, Coach. You can't take me out now. And Coach and the guys get a pretty good laugh out of that one, as Cruzy's one of the senior leaders on that team. Not a lot of playing time for him, but a guy that's really well liked in the huddle, the quarterback of the football team, and a great kid that Coach Al has on the roster.
So Bryson Kirby in, Garrett Isles in. So on the floor for the Railers at the 2:41 mark, you've got Jordan Perry, Garrett Isles, Bryson Kirby, KJ Fry, and Bobby Donofsky. Underneath, move. Tried to flip it around. Perry almost the steal. Dowis picked up his dribble, gets it over to the right side.
Yeah, basically the sophomore team plus Donofsky here. So a lot of youth out there for the Railers. Some of the guys you're going to be seeing here for the next couple of years for sure.
And as we've talked about time after time, but there's no letdown in what kind of hustle and effort you see as Bryson Kirby grabs the rebound and kicks it over to KJ Fry.
No, and you'll see they'll run the same offense as the varsity team does.
Well, the only two players that have yet to score so far this year are Bryson Kirby and KJ Fry.
Let's see if we can get him a bucket then.
Garrett, he certainly did a lot of scoring in the sophomore game today.
Yeah, Garrett was on fire. Really brought that team back.
Perry a long three, in and out.
But points were hard to come by for a while in the sophomore game until Garrett Isles turned on the switch and got hot. And the Railer sophomores did a good job of finding them, as the varsity does. They tend to find guys that have made several in a row. And Hop and the rest of the boys on the sophomore team found Garrett, and he made him pay.
Garrett will step into a three and connect.
That's about the same spot. He hit about 4 of them in the sophomore game. So it'll be a lot like his dad, although his dad didn't have the three-point line, but he still shot him from back there was, I'm sure.
Under a minute to go, 64-25, Railers on top. Three on the way, top of the key. That's off the front, no good. Perry tried to track it down, but it's chased down by the Rockets. Down the lane goes Dallas, and count the basket. And a blocking foul is going to be whistled on Bobby Donofsky. So give the basket to Dowis. Dowis with 5. .44 seconds left in this one. Free throw off, no good. Donofsky the rebound. 64-27. Perry over to Isles. Fry thought about it, and he's going to be called 4 steps. I think he really wanted to pull the trigger and then thought better of it.
Well, I think he thought, or the guy came on him a little quicker than I think he thought. We've seen that move for him in the sophomore level, and he's usually drained. A guy that I talked with, Coach Greg Alexander, a lot about. Really improved his game in the off season over the summer, and you can sure tell he's been him and Hop have been and 2 of the leaders on that sophomore team.
Underneath, Dallas another 3, up and good again. He has 8 points, all of them in this quarter.
Yeah, they should have played him a little earlier.
10 seconds to go, but I got a feeling that's what this final is going to be as Perry walks it into the front court, and the Railers pick up win number 24 on the season. Your final, Lincoln 64, Rochester 30. Railers improve to 24-2 on the season, 13-1 in conference. Rochester drops to 6-19. They are 2-12 in Central State 8 play. Again, your final. Lincoln 64, Rochester 30. We'll be back with our post game in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Back in Rochester here at the old gym at Rochester High School. Railers get the win here tonight. Final score of 64-30. Joined now by Lincoln coach Neil Alexander. Coach, congratulations on the win. Win number 24, 13-1 in conference. I guess a good win here tonight. Nothing really went wrong. Josh kind of talked about it a little bit. It's one of those games maybe you could consider a trap game, but it seemed from the outset the Railers did exactly what you needed them to do. And defensively especially, we commented a couple times, the Rockets must have felt that they were giving you guys a dispensation to play 7 or 8 guys. Defense moved real well tonight.
I thought our defense did move. We were really aggressive. What we didn't want them to do is, they'd rather, be in a game 27-24. They've had a game of that score and things, so they wanted a possession game. So we wanted to move it up and make them play a little bit quicker, and our defense done a very good job.
Yeah, Coach, top 3 guys, and it just wasn't them, but they were just everywhere. And it was you can bring in a number of different combinations. We saw a number of different combinations. We also saw in the full court some almost denial, maybe something that you can work on, and you may need 2 or 3 times in a regional championship just to throw something different at somebody. And this was a game for trying something a little bit different.
Yeah, and we done. We had some offensive sets and things that we did, and we executed pretty well. But it was a game where we wanted to play high, trap high, and keep them from. They run a little something that I've never seen done to us in 24 years. They'll pick and exchange the high post with the point guard, and that gave us some trouble over at Jacksonville, where we didn't get the guy covered either at the high post or the point guard. So that allowed them to pretty much have a possession where they could have a guy open to get the ball to. So we wanted to get the ball up around half court to where the high post man wasn't even involved.
Coach, I think defensively, obviously, I'm sure one of the key points in the first quarter, we really saw the Railers do a great job of limiting the touches that Swain got. If he was able to get it, he was leaning from the basket, or he had to go get it on the offensive glass. But Railers did a nice job keeping it away from him, because for the most part, he is their main scoring threat. Defensively, you shut him down.
Yeah, he's tough. He's got great hands. He's big, and he's got a nose for the ball. So, they had 6 or 7 offensive rebounds the first quarter, and that's, I think, pretty much what we were really upset with, was our rebounding the first half. So, we want to try to get better at that, because that'll be what's going to determine a lot of games down the stretch here.
Yeah, Coach. Then the shooting kind of caught back up, and Horsham with 4 threes in the second quarter, and that dribble almost in transition where Max would dribble up, or at one time I think it was Will dribble to about the top of the key, and a little handoff to Gavin, and that seemed to work about 4 times in a row almost, it seemed like. And Gavin again, shooting was good early on. We noticed, or I kind of noticed, where he was falling back and backpedaling. A lot of his shots were short. In the last couple, where he started to get that momentum and landing where he took off, his shot was really good.
Yeah, I thought it come back around the second quarter, second half, and it looked good. His shot looked good. When he drives through the ball and it's got good arch on it, it's most of the time it's going to go in. When he's missing, it's because it's flat and everything else.
And Coach, again, we also saw in the first half that Max Cook played a real good floor game tonight, taking the opportunity to get to the basket, his spin moves, his crossover dribbles. There was a stretch where he could get to the basket anytime he wanted to. Max had a good game. It's one of those where everybody played a real good game, and you got some good minutes from Conradi, got some good minutes from Cruz, a good team win.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys. We got a lot of guys some bench time too, which was good for tomorrow night, because tomorrow night's going to be a very physical, probably a quicker type game, because they like to push the ball. So we got our work cut out for us tomorrow.
And Coach, I guess we would be remiss if we didn't wish good luck to the guy sitting behind you going for a couple games. We said maybe, I'm sure the fans will miss him, but we kind of hope he's not there tomorrow night, because that would mean he's coaching Chester East Lincoln in a Final Four contest.
Well, if he's not, it's coaching. That's,
I knew that was coming.
No, it's a great experience for the kids, and it's something different the way they play that. 2 games there before you get to the finals. I don't know if I'd like that or not, but it's like everything else. You got to play it the way they lay it out, because you don't have a whole lot to say. So we do wish them luck, and that's good for Railer basketball.
All right, Coach, we will let you go. Safe travels back. And again, now, even though it's not a conference game tomorrow night, start time is still the 6:30 Saturday.
Still 6:30. That helps them out on their travel and things. And, the following Saturday when we go to Moline, it's a 6:30 start. So I think most everybody's gone to that. Saturday nights a 5 and 6:30 start, which, gets people out and home a little bit sooner, and maybe even get out to get a bite to eat after the game.
And Coach, did you ever think in all your years of coaching that this winter especially, you've probably paid more attention to the weather than you've had to your entire career?
Boy, we watched it all day today, and even at 3 o'clock we were really wondering. I know Mr. Bagby had conversations with the state police and things about the road conditions and things, so he was on top of it, and we definitely wouldn't be out there if the roads were, so bad that you couldn't travel on them.
All right, Coach, we'll let you go. Congratulations on the win, and we'll see you back home tomorrow night against Oswego.
Okay, thank you.
Railers get the win tonight, 64-30. We'll be back to wrap things up in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.